Hmm. 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 I don't know what to say. Besides, welcome back to... I almost said the house in Fata Morgana. Jesus Christ. Welcome back to Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations HD. This... Well, last time we finished case 4, the flashback case, finally. We're in the present. And so the timeline in this game is a little strange, right? So, like, the first case happens after cases 4, 3. It goes like 4, which is in the past, 3, 2, 1, and then 5 is now, like, present. And normally I really like when storytelling is done that way. But I've been thinking, and I will go more into this when we finish this game probably, but I feel that this has become my least favorite Ace Attorney game. Because the pacing is just rough. The pacing just feels bad. And this is the case in which that is most evident. So that's my warning, I guess. That's my warning. But we'll make it fun. Hey guys, we're gonna make it fun. And it's not that it's bad. It's just the pacing is bad. Anyway. Alright. Shall we? Hopefully my voice lasts through the first part of this. But we'll see. Because I did have to do more talking than I expected today. So here's where I am today, by the way. If you hear me lean aside to belch nastily, my IBS is really acting up today. Which it hasn't done it quite like this in a little while, but it's familiar. And I've gone from feeling barfy, like I did this morning and afternoon, to feeling gassy. And it sucks. So I'm sorry, but I can't do anything about it. There's no cure. So, and sometimes I like to enjoy my life and eat a little wheat chip. That's where I am. Hopefully I don't feel barfy again. Okay, we're getting into it. Into the thick of it. But yeah, I had to talk more than I expected to today. I had a long phone, not a long phone call, but a longer phone call than I expected with a client. Oh. 2 cards. One of the Black Raven and one of the White Raven. I mean, technically that's the opposite, but okay. A country torn in 2. One to the west and one to the east. When those which were split are made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. Ooh, arson. It's the Yatagrasu! The Yatagrasu's here! Oh. Oh. You. Accursed Yatagarasu! Kei! You! And once again, it's being told out of order to build suspense. It's fine. But this is, he's gotten home. He had that whole thing, like the first thing he did when he landed was that fucking case at the Gatewater land. And then he got to his office, got held at gunpoint. There was a man murdered in his office, and they solved that. And so now he's running on like 2 hours of sleep, maybe. And we're so back. Edgeworth, the investigation games are Edgeworth's no good, very bad week ×2. Hi, Nem. It's so nice, almost dreamlike, to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at Gatewaterland theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. It's exactly what I just said. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Bro doesn't know he's in the narrative. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, Mr. Edgeworth! This is big! Big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about, fragile dreams? Come on, let's go! The fake Yatagarasu isn't going to find herself, you know! Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake. Say what? Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's with you today? She's like, bro, have you slept? Your eye bags look worse. Are you sure you weren't sleep talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is? Take a look at this! On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest... Is this a fucking Phantom Thieves reference? Not even 10 minutes in, let's fucking go. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. It's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date the card mentions is today! Today, huh? Come on, we've gotta hurry! The embassy awaits! I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? Come on, you've gotten 2 hours of sleep. That's more than enough. I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well, then you should get too wound up too. Imagine if his sprite suddenly changed over the cases to make him look more exhausted. That would be so cool. Ugh, I love when games do that shit. I gotta blow my nose, hang on. God, there's a game that does that and I can't remember what it is. Oh, Shadow of the Colossus does that. Wanderer looks more and more haggard the longer you're in the game. Like, the more colossi that you defeat. It's so good. More games need to do that. Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Ms. Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, Byrne Faraday, 7 years ago. She looked good doing it, unfortunately.
Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom.
Ugh! She makes me so mad! The phony... Everyone knows that the Yale rat... Oh god, help. Oh help. Oh help. Everyone knows that the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card. That's for the Phantom Thieves. Try to run me through, hold on, think again, don't you know what you're starting? But I had a funny moment. I got up this morning and I like do my little checking of emails and that kind of thing. And I opened a new tab in Firefox and it has like recommended articles. And one of them was like 9 games that are like nine super long games that are totally worth playing. And it was a thumbnail. The thumbnail was fucking Persona 5. And I was like, leave me alone. It's not even 7. Actually, no, it was more like 8 when that happened today. I got up later. I think that was also my super slow internet era, so maybe it was impossible to see on 480p. It depends on which version of it they played, because I know the more HD ones, it's more noticeable, obviously, because the Wander's a little fuzzy in that PS2 era. But yeah. Anyway. Until a company's underhanded dealings are made public, the target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu's so awesome. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article. It looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that that woman's involved, then nothing is. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth! Out the door you go! Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper? Hold on. Okay. Well, we're back in fly season. Fucking hate it. With your eyes? No reason at all. Very well. Seeing as how Ms. Yu is also someone of a special nature to me, she tried to shoot me in the head, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around! Father-daughter bonding time. Theatrum Neutralis. By the light of this night's glorious moon, we are ready! Ready to embark on our nightly outing! And this is where our tale begins! Hell yeah, dude. What a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Yeah, the climax was really awesome! Steel Samurai Sushi Slash! Oh, I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say though, this embassy is set up kind of funny. I mean, they have 2 countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a neutral zone shared by the 2 countries. So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the 2 countries. The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right? Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja. The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. The Jammin' Ninja show is going to kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end. You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. So anyway, about today's event. What's it called again?
The Kingdom of Alabast versus the Republic of Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature. And it was called the Principality of Codopia.
Okay. Did they ever confirm what these countries are based on? Because I think people think that it's Germany, but I kind of always thought it was Czechoslovakia, the Czech Republic and Slovakia. I'm gonna look this up. Codopia. Because it's supposedly something that happened like very, very recently. Okay, no one has a little fun fact about it, really. Sorry, I'm looking. Okay, yeah. It doesn't say. I always thought it was like that or like Yugoslavia, you know, that kind of shit. Not Germany. Like that southeastern Europe where things got really divided up. Anyway. Yeah, a mishmash of a bunch of different places. Yeah. I just like there's some people I've heard say like, oh, it's like Germany. And I'm like, well, no. Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though their signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flower and butterfly motifs to this day.
Familiar.
Codopia, huh? The KG-8 incident, and what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered. Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Codopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean?
Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something.
Oh, excuse me, what were we talking about again?
If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabast versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other. But supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event.
If that's the case, then why the versus?
Also, both countries claim to own the real Primadux. I'll figure out how I'm going to say that. Statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal.
Kay, need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires?
Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that.
Should better be saying that in jest.
Hey, I could read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you.
I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place.
Yay, 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 yay. Okay, what's up?
There's a very festive atmosphere in here.
Yep, super festive. I'm really happy for the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Babal. It's great that they have reestablished diplomatic relations. The newspapers say that it's almost like they're Codopia once again.
Perhaps we are bearing witness to a historic moment in time.
Hey, look! They're selling some commemorative merchandise to celebrate this event. Founders Codopia biscuits. And over here, they're selling Royal Codopia biscuits.
It would seem that they have yet to reconcile their competitive spirits.
That's funny. Oh, we can't... Okay. Okay, she won't do a, yeah, what's up? Thing right now. Okay. Hi.
This is the perfect angle. Go, my image, travel across the wave world and into every TV set around the globe. A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better. There are pamphlets about the two embassies here on this table.
It still looks weird to me.
The country split in two a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since.
Oh? I guess it's because they don't have the money to build two separate ones, huh? Why have one when we can have both biscuits? True. Hi, Zara. I'm okay. I said this at the beginning of stream, but IBS do be acting up today, so if I have to lean aside to rip a terrible burp, that's why. Though I let out a pretty nasty one right before stream, so hopefully that's it for like a while.
I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these. Oh, hello? What is all the hubbub?
Hey, look! It's the Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him! Lada! I don't care about Steel Samurai, get me Lada! Okay. You know, I've seen a lot of these shows in a bunch of other places, but today's show, it was like they went for a complete comedy, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that last move, the Steel Samurai Sushi Slash, I couldn't help but laugh, I know, right? And that Pink Princess's movements are really stiff. In the middle of the show, I could swear that I heard her hip crack. Oh, I know. I totally thought that too. The Pink Princess has a bad hip. Seriously, just what are they thinking, you know?
I suppose there is no graceful way to enter this conversation.
He wants to queen out with the girls. He wants to be a Fujo so bad. It's okay, Edgeworth. It's okay. You can Fujo out. I give you permission. That's really funny.
10 more minutes. No, in 5 more minutes. But isn't it really bad for me to spend time doing this? It's no use. Would someone please just tell me what I should do? You appear to be troubled by something. May I be of any assistance?
Leave me alone! I'm trying to figure out just the right time to talk to that girl over there. And if I mess up, it'll be because I'm talking to you right now. Somehow, I get the feeling he's about to fall flat on his face.
Well, let's just do as he wishes and leave him alone.
Those are some nice flowers. I wonder who they're from.
Gatewater Imperial
Gatewater Imperial Hotel? Where's this, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's an ultra-luxurious hotel that sponsors the Steel Samurai series. I've been there once to investigate a case.
Oh? So what kind of case was it?
I believe it was related to the Nickel Samurai and the Jammin Ninja.
Oh, I remember reading about that. You must be the head of the Steel Samurai affairs down at the prosecutor's office, huh?
I should think that even you can figure out such an office does not exist, Kay.
Except that it does, and she's right. Is there something I can help you with?
I was wondering what is beyond these doors.
It's the Alabastian Embassy. Now, unless you have some business with the embassy.
I suppose I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now.
Well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Mr. Guard.
Get his ass. The national flag of the Kingdom of Alabast is on display here. The crest on it features a flower.
Flowers and butterflies are kind of rare motifs for flags, don't you think?
Well, when they used to be Codopia, the government used to take pride in its land. The citizens also loved the rich, bountiful nature all around them, thus the design.
Hey, if the Steel Samurai got popular enough, do you think they'd put him on their flag? Well...
Are you in your right mind, Kay?
Or maybe the Jammin Ninja would make a better candidate.
Don't make me laugh. Only the Steel Samurai deserves such an honor.
What I was gonna say was, the author of Bungo Stray Dogs at a recent event was given an Italian flag that has Sokoku on it with like a little rainbow, and it was like Sokoku forever or something. It said something in Italian to that effect, and he like held it up and waved it around, and I was like, that's so powerful. Hello. Okay, that's good. All right, now give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop! Hey, do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy. Okay, once more. In 3, 2, 1. Action!
Okay, was that my fault just now?
Well, he's obviously working. I guess we should leave him alone. No, I want to bug him. Hello. And we're here, reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what this member of the audience has to say.
Well,
Okay, that was good. Let's do one more run-through. Oh, that was the cameraman. Never mind.
Let's do one more run-through. Excuse me, but when you are ready to film for real, would you mind giving me a call? I sense that she didn't hear a single word I just said.
He was like, someone please let me talk about the Steel Samurai. King, God, he's so relatable. He's so relatable in that way. God, he's so relatable in that way.
There was a flat panel, a tape deck, and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table. I suppose it's so visitors can watch an episode or two at their leisure.
I guess it really is just that popular, huh?
Yes, although I never thought I would see it reach this level of popularity.
I wonder why they decided to call on the Steel Samurai for an event like this. This is how it feels as a former AOT main watching it get into like fucking Dead by Daylight and Fortnite and shit. This is exactly how it feels, by the way. I mean, it's like they intended to cut the two countries apart with a Steel Samurai sword instead.
Wouldn't that go against the whole point of this event?
Hello, child.
It appears that the child is watching a video from the first season of the Steel Samurai.
Go! Keep on fighting until your last breath! Go, my hero, the Steel Samurai!
Completely absorbed in singing the Steel... Help. Completely absorbed in singing the theme song, I see. I'll let the child watch in peace.
He's like, I remember those days.
These flowers were sent by Global Studios.
Global Studios?
That's where they filmed the Steel Samurai television show. They have been producing a hit after hit recently, so the studio is being remodeled.
Oh, I read about that in the papers the other day. That mascot of theirs is also getting a facelift too, right? What's its name? He's gonna say Mrs. Monkey. Yeah!
You mean Mrs. Monkey?
Yeah, I thought it was something like that. You really have a great memory.
Never underestimate my powers of recollection.
He's unfortunately just like me for real in that, because my ass will read the same kanji over and over again and still not remember. There's this one kanji, this one word. I know how to write it. I can never remember how it's read. Habamu. Kobamu. I just have it on my phone now to look at so I can eventually remember it. I know kind of what it means. Kobamu is like to hold. Oh shit. Oh, I was gonna say to hold back. No, it's to refuse. Kotowaru ni chikai imi ga. Anyway, where in tarnation are they? Come on, Big Scoop. Hey, mister, out of the way. Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I seem to remember this woman from somewhere. Yet my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with her.
No.
Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone.
No, that's our girl. Hello.
Is there something I can help you with? I was wondering what is beyond these doors.
The Babalese embassy is just beyond these doors, sir. Do you have some business with the embassy? Do you require immediate access?
No, that's quite all right.
Are you sure, sir? Anyone and everyone is always welcome in the Republic of Babal. Well then, since we're here...
An embassy isn't some sort of theme park, Kay.
You're such a buzzkill!
The national flag of the Republic of Babal is on display here. The crest on it features a butterfly.
It's really rare to see a national flag featuring an animal on it.
Not really. I can list at least a few off for you that do.
Okay, then are there any flags with really chic things on them?
Chic things? That's pretty vague, Kay. Although by my definition, there really aren't any flags that feature a chic object.
Aw, that's too bad. Because if there was, I was thinking about stealing it.
And what exactly would you do with a stolen national flag, Kay?
I don't know, put Yowie on it? Baby. Oh, we can't talk to the Iron Infant.
May I speak with you for a second? It's the Steel Samurai.
Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for?
Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before.
He's so funny. It looks like he's written something down for you.
To Edgeworth, from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo-Old Tokyo.
Wow, an autograph! Pretty cool that you got one, Mr. Edgeworth.
Of course I did. I'm the biggest fan. I own everything ever.
Autograph with a sketch of his face and weapon. That's really funny. He has shite writing. Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you. And now the Steel Samurai will proceed to enter the Kingdom of Alabast to shake the hand of the ambassador. The Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador from our own country as well. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world.
He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he?
Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue camera. In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with the ambassador of Babal at that time. Ah! The Jammin' Ninja show is about to start. We've got to get back to our seats.
Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas.
Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you. The way just his name makes me cringe now, literally. I like had a reaction. Thanks, Megan. Love you. I'll never forgive you.
I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay?
Yay, father-daughter bonding. I could listen to that and Ninja Marked for Death's lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice. Now that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon. Those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there, I got to have them. I especially want the hair sticks they're selling exclusively at these shows. They're exactly like the ones the hero and Princess Misola wears in her hair.
Anyway!
Hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
You're thinking of going home, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank.
No way! I just know that the Yatagarasu will show.
But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards. It's the Phantom Thieves.
Yeah, I did, but
I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase.
But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card.
A genuine fake?
Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now? Oh, it's like a good copy, is what she means. Hold on, I wanted to look something up, but I immediately forgot what it was. Okay, I can't remember anymore. Well, we're here now. Oh, we've got a problem! Look at them go. The Yatagarasu has been spotted in Alabast. What? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decided to show yourself, you phony. Okay, go. Hey, what gives?
I'm sorry, but I will need to search you before you may enter.
What the? Hey, the Steel Samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. Now, if you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is going to escape.
Okay, a country's embassy is considered to be a part of the country itself. If you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country.
Mr. Edgeworth! I'm going to enter through Babal and climb over the wall into Alabast.
Hold it!
You would tell the prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another... Kay, are you listening to me?
Kay Faraday! Oh, Kay Faraday! And I'm coming through!
Yes, and welcome! Someone stop her! Anyone!
My daughter is out of control! Irresponsible parenting.
Kay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence. Fire! This is too big for us to handle! Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Babal, too. You accursed Yatagarasu! Kay, you had better be alright, wherever you are.
Aww. Oh, guys. I love the sprites in this. I was talking to Megan about this briefly a little while ago, but people who complained about this new art style for this remake or this re-release, whatever. Who hurt you? Actually, this is so cute. Look how cute they all are. They're not supposed to be cute. Who cares? Where's your whimsy? I literally want to get "Where's your whimsy" tattooed at this point. Somewhere where everyone can fucking see it. I told you it wasn't me!
Hold it!
He's like, he's just like me for real. Kay, are you alright?
Do I look alright to you? Now can you do something about this woman?
Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe. What is the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this.
Oh.
He's...
Ooh. It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage.
A suspicious person?
A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There's no reason for you to be this loud.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Long's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is, correct? And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer!
I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority.
Hey, pal, just what the heck does what you said mean? I can't even talk. If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing as how this building is sitting on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like. Unfortunately, Detective, embassies are a different matter. Huh? This office is considered to be a part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights.
Alright, get ready to see this word 8 gorillion times.
Extraterrestrial rights? Sir, do you really believe that the truth is out there? Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's such a good reference, by the way.
This is so funny. I bet Gumshoe had an era where he was super, super into X-Files.
That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place. Which means we can do little here in this situation.
No way, sir.
Please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey, you're not... Mr. Edgeworth! Oh. I think I know who this is.
Hold it! In that case, allow me to join your investigation.
Yeah, girl, let's go. Ms. Von Karma. Eek!
Ambassador Paleno, I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation.
Oh, what voice should I give you? One of many times those two words will be said, unfortunately. I want him to have, like... I feel like he has, like, auctioneer vibes, almost. But I don't want him to be country. Do I make him Russian sounding? I'm scared that'll be bad. It's hard doing all these voices by myself. I need to be nicer to myself. I only have so many voices I can do.
It's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Franziska.
Well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct.
Hold it!
Already? What is it?
Ambassador Paleno. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant.
Assistant? Weird girl Edgeworth? It's more likely than you think.
Miles? What the heck did you think you're...
Please, I implore you, Ambassador Paleno.
Very well. I'll be counting on the two of you, Ms. Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth. What did you mean by you'll be Ms. Von Karma's assistant?
I don't exactly have a choice, do I, detective? If I don't become Franziska's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation.
There you go again, running at the mouth with the aloof expression on your face. I don't think it's called running at the mouth. I think it's just running your mouth. Why did they give me this line?
Franziska, please.
I don't know what you're planning quite yet. But at least I do know one thing. That you are now my subordinate. Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you, should you have a brain lapse.
Of course. I'll keep that in mind.
If you are done playing games...
Right, let's begin the investigation.
Yay! Yay! Oh my god, yay!
By the way, detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here?
Well, better late than never, I guess, sir. I was placed on guard duty for the Babalese embassy today.
And why are our police guarding an embassy?
Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatagarasu. They called us up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years, excuse me. It was more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for
how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to competently perform your guard duty yet again.
Ugh.
Look forward to your next salary negotiation, although it's out of my hands.
But sir, if it gets cut anymore, I won't even be able to buy instant noodles anymore. Okay, hold on just a second. It is warm. Fahrenheit gang, it got up to fucking 74 today. Hate it here. That should not be happening in May in British Columbia. Only the desert people are supposed to be getting that shit. Not the coastal friends. Oh. Oh, taking off that underlayer actually cooled me down by like a lot. Okay, cool. You know what also would cool me down is taking this blanket off my legs, but I need the blanket. It's for emotional purposes.
Yes, sir?
What's up?
While you were on guard duty, did you notice anything unusual?
Well, I was on watch inside the embassy, but unfortunately I didn't run into the Yatagarasu, sir. But I did talk to an officer who was on duty near the border between the two embassies, who told me that not a single person crossed the boundary during the incident.
I see.
The investigation into the fire and the Yatagarasu are a mess thanks to both events. I'm so confused, sir. Should I be putting the fire out or investigating? What do you think, sir?
Aren't you old enough to solve your own problems yet, detective? Also, the fire is already out. Otherwise, we wouldn't be in here. I'd like an update on how the investigation is going.
Oh, yeah. Well...
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Gumshoe.
Well, it's going, sir.
In other words, no one has any idea of what happened here, correct?
To put it simply, yeah, you got it, sir. But we do know that something has happened in this room, sir.
Any moron with a pair of eyes can see what happened, detective.
Aw. Well, anyway, let's investigate every single nook and cranny in this room, sir. We have to get serious, or Kay will end up getting arrested as a killer.
Yes, I am already well aware of that.
Oh.
In order to find out what really happened here in this room, we will need to gather whatever information we can. It's time to take a good look.
I wonder if there's anything I can present to you. Hey, it's your prosecutor's badge. This thing's really important, right? So what would happen if you lost it, sir?
Why are you asking me such an ominous question?
Well, because I've lost my police badge before, sir. I just wanted to tell you to be careful, sir. Because writing the explanation section on those requisition forms is really annoying.
Nanka wakaru. I believe someone needs to listen to his own advice a bit more often.
Gumshoe did just use Edgeworth's line. Yeah, every single nook and cranny.
What do you notice about this piece of evidence, detective?
Well, I don't really sense anything special about it, but the embassy is a different story.
I see.
I'm not really sensing anything special from you either, sir.
Ouch! Well, I'm sensing a special look at your monthly salary, detective.
Aw, nothing to say about Steel Samurai autograph? That's too bad. I bet Edgeworth is secretly really upset about that one. Oh, we have all these profiles. Okay. Okay. Interesting that he's here. Not interesting that she's here. She would be 29 now. Wow. Well, she kind of... He's adorable. He reminds me of a lion. He also kind of has a lion look to him, but why does he look so much younger? This is a great example of when you fucking keep your nose out of other people's business versus people who are in other people's business. You age different for real. That's what I always tell. When people ask me, they're like, "You look so young. How do you do it?" I'm like, I don't know. I just stay out of people's shit. Like, I keep to myself. I'm an introvert. I don't go outside. That's the other thing. I don't have a lot of sun exposure, so my skin is really nice in that way, which is good because otherwise my skin would be a fucking disaster because it's already so bad because of my diet, which I think I've talked about before. But anyway, okay, where do I even begin? Let's talk to people first.
I can't believe that Manny fell among the thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Palladino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That, and only that. I ask you to cooperate not only for your sake, but for Mr. Cochin's as well.
Oh, I forgot he's kind of attractive.
You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating. Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these. I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh, no. These are simply coupons we distribute to promote Babal. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal. Now I remember. The Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry.
Oh. That wasn't what I wanted to do. I want to do this, and I want to do this. Nope. And I want to do this. Jesus.
Oh, is that a prosecutor's badge? It is a very cool design. I know. We should start selling items like this as souvenirs in Babal. The tourists will absolutely go nuts over them. Please don't compare a proud symbol of my profession to a cheap souvenir.
Edgeworth, I'm so sorry. Cosplay.
Oh, isn't that about our great embassy? How do you like our pamphlets? I feel indifferent about them, to be honest. I'm just using this as evidence. Oh, that's too bad.
He's kinda... He has nice eyes.
In that case, I guess we'll just have to try harder to make more charming ones. I just had a flash of inspiration. We should make all of our pamphlets into coupon books. His expectation of what a coupon can do is just a tad hyperinflated.
No, your understanding of how important a coupon is skewed because you grew up with a silver spoon in your mouth. Rich boy.
Ambassador Palladino, I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. I think that you would know more about the case than I. So let me make it up to you for not knowing anything about that with these coupons. Thank you. However, I feel I must decline.
Alright.
I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased, Manny Cochin. He was my secretary, and the embassy secretariat charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything. Accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., this guy's so funny. We have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please excuse my forwardness. However, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG-8 incident. The KG-8 incident. The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny. So your Mr. Cochin is the same man as the one in that case.
Someone finally fucking got him.
It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from that case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee this embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him. What exactly did you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we?
Well, okay. This is interesting because I feel that people nowadays are attracted to that because it's cheaper to travel there. So, I don't know. Anyway.
So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best is now no longer with us.
Okay, I don't have anything else I can talk to you about right now. That's okay. Hey girl!
Miles Edgeworth!
What is it?
Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak with me to... English is hard. And If you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect.
If I liked to video edit, I would make a compilation of all the times I mess up when I'm speaking in their voices. I think it'd be funny.
What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will really be necessary, Franziska.
Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me.
I thought Franziska was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy?
What about your prosecutor's badge? I have one too, you know.
Ah, yes, so you do. But seeing as I'm not currently a proper prosecutor, I thought I'd give presenting it a try.
Is that any way for you to act toward your superior?
As if threatening a whipping is the proper way of lecturing someone. Ms. Von Karma, what do you think of this piece of evidence?
I'm in the Japanese. I wonder if he's being like Karuma-san, Karuma-sama.
Probably san. Sansuke やってるでしょ？普通はしてないはず。妹だから。
He probably wouldn't use san with her normally because that's his little sister. It would be weird for him to use san. It would add distance between them. But I bet here he's saying Karuma-san. He might just call her Mei or Mei-chan.
ちゃん使ってるかな？まよいちゃん使ってまよいさん。
Mayoi-kun. Kun やってるね. Okay, so something interesting about Edgeworth is in the Japanese, he uses kun as a title. And kun typically is reserved for young men or like boys or like, I guess men in a familiar tense. So it's like Yoshi-kun or Taro-kun or Naoya-kun. Right? And so, like, it's weird. It's not weird, but it's a little unusual, I guess, that he uses it for girls too. It's very like... God, I wish I could remember the explanation better. But it's an interesting speaking quirk that he has. I wonder if he calls her Mei-kun. Or just Mei. Because I know he calls... or maybe he calls her Karuma-kun. Karuma-kun kana? I know he calls... Because... No, I bet it's Mei. I bet he just calls her Mei. Because, Ayasato Mayoi is Maya Fei's name. And he calls her Mayoi-kun. If memory serves. Anyway, sorry. 今日はなんか日本語モードだから I almost streamed something else just so I could speak in Japanese the whole time because that's kind of where my brain's been today. まあね。あ、確かに。まあね。配信の終わりに話します。I'll talk about it at the end of stream. There's something I wanted to discuss regarding that.
Ms. Von Karma, what do you think of this piece of evidence?
Well, since you ask so nicely as my subordinate, I'll answer you. However, as your superior, I must also make sure that my subordinates grow on the job. Therefore, please gather your own thoughts together first and then try presenting again.
A simple "I don't have any thoughts about that" would have sufficed.
Aw, nothing about the Steel Samurai? That's too bad. Okay. The murder.
I was investigating at the Alabastian embassy when I got wind of this mess.
Ah, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at that embassy as well.
Yes, but the difference... The difference is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Alabastian embassy as well. But I left Agent Long in charge of that case and came over to the Babalese embassy.
Ah, so Agent Long is here as well, huh?
I see you've met. Well, he's in the Alabastian embassy acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being there. So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl, I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir!
Kay?
You remember, do you not? About the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday.
So she's that feisty little girl.
Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see.
Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all. How so? The Yatagarasu send a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract and it's going on the rap sheet.
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
At least that we'd know of.
I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu really is the Yatagarasu.
じゃあ後でお願いします。
Hello? Let my daughter go.
Kay, are you alright?
You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't. And I promise to prove that it wasn't you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can.
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident.
I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste.
Hello? Can we talk? Sorry, but Interpol is still conducting its investigation beyond this point.
I'm a subordinate of Ms. Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access?
My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site, you got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry at me. Oh, is it long?
You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says? Yes, I suppose we might as well.
Okay. Sorry to be Persona-brained again, but it's Persona 4 this time. Manny Kochin, at a glance, looks like Yosuke. The way his hair is. Like an adult, skeevy Yosuke. First of all, Yosuke would never. Alright. Ish. Okay.
There are still some burnt objects scattered on the floor.
Well, burnt things get burnt and then they become burnt things, you know?
No, because there is no way to prove that the burnt thing started out as a burnt thing.
Was it a burnt thing or was it not? I have no idea what's what anymore, sir.
Yes, I suppose it's a bit hard for someone with a burnt out light bulb to comprehend.
They are just... Bro, what is bro yapping about? Ever. I need a couple seconds. I need to move my humidifier a little closer. It's doing work, but not fast enough. 'Tis the season. You know, at the beginning... Hello. At the beginning of stream, I was saying, like, I realized recently that this is my least favorite Ace Attorney game, and it sucks because, like, this case has the potential to be so good if the pacing were absolute shite at the end. Because I love this beginning investigation and the way it ties, like, the main story points together. And I thought I disliked Justice for All more than I did, but then I replayed it and I was like, no, I forgot how much I love Francisca. Like, as much as the first case of that game kind of irks me, I really love Maggie. I actually think Big Top Circus is funny in ways because it's so absurd. I think this game really, its biggest problem is pacing because it has some really interesting concepts in it. And I'm sure I'm not helping it by getting every fucking line of dialogue, but I was born to yap. If 5 years of streaming hasn't shown that. Not quite 5 years. 4.5, but still. Okay, I warned you.
It looks like this was once a magnificent grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire.
I do not like grandfather clocks. They are so loud and scary. In theory, they are cool.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir? If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but... Well, there's this one clock that I made up by myself, but that's quite enough, Detective.
Wait, what did he say? But the timer on it manages to auto... I really want to know what he was going to say. Why is the Statue of Liberty there? Is it the St. Louis Arch? And I wonder if that's either the CN Tower in Toronto or the Space Needle in Seattle? And then there's a bald eagle and was that a wooden bear? A Japanese wooden bear? And then the statue at the top. Is that the, there's like a big statue of Jesus somewhere, right? Is that what that is?
These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia.
Okay, maybe it's not. I don't know what that one is then.
It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babalese embassy. So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir? Perhaps the Babalese are studying American culture and our tourism industry? If they have plans to make the Babalese tourism industry truly flourish, then they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose. Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babal, I can trade them in for a few buffets. Oh? So how do you expect to travel to Babal? Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir. And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babal if I have to.
He's literally the meme that's like, wait for me, so-and-so, China isn't that far, or whatever. Do you know what I mean? America, us, like, and the guy, like, swimming. Or whatever it was. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about.
Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things?
Yes. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I think it's a wooden bear down here, which is a Japanese thing. This is a Japanese thing here. That wooden bear. If you remember from Old Kami, if you were there for that.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir. Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately.
I guess the handles all got burnt off by the fire.
Ah, so even the knives fell victim to the fire! Ambassador Palladino, are these knives yours? Why, yes they are! They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Alabast's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each. But I can't believe the Babalese ones have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Palladino, what is this notch here for? Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them. So we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed.
Interesting. Okami? Yeah, a game. It's a game. Oof. The statue looks worse for wear.
Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
Hold it.
But there is a possibility that it is related to the murder, wouldn't you agree?
There's weird patterning on the wall. Do you see what I mean? There's like lines that look like spider webs almost. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. If that's relevant or if that's anything.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof.
That's a really good point, Gumshoe.
I suppose we don't have a choice here. This must be one of the Prima Duck statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins.
Saw its sequel announced last year, and it had an interesting trailer. Yeah, dude. I love Okami. One of the best games ever, in my opinion. It's the only game I've ever 100%ed.
The ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling.
A ceiling fan? What does one of those do?
Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one's ceiling.
Well, if I had one of those in my room, I bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept.
Detective Gumshoe. In the real world, we close our eyes when we sleep.
Sorry, the fan just reminded me of something. I don't know if anyone else has ever experienced this before, but when I was younger, I would stay the night at my grandma's house. And sometimes I would share a bed with my aunt if I was like, I want to cuddle. But most of the time I would end up sleeping in my own bed in like the guest room that she had for us. And it was oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. I want to do this. There was I would wake up sometimes too early and it would be like dawn, and there was a light on the ceiling that was off. It was off. But I would look at it, and then it was like rainbow sparkles coming down from the light. Because it was not quite dawn, but it was not pitch black in the room. The room was gray. You know what I mean? Like when there's light enough to like give shape to things, but not enough light to cast color. And I would look at the light that was not on, and I would like stare at it. And then eventually like I could see like rainbow sparkles is the best way I can describe it, like falling down. Anyone else do that? Anyone else have that experience as a kid? It's a very vivid memory. It's that, and I remember playing in that room. I remember playing Guess Who a lot in that room. I'm a Guess Who veteran. Except now they have like fancy Guess Who's, and I don't know anything about it anymore. It changed.
This badge is designed as said to reflect the relentlessness and discipline of law enforcement. It comes from the authority vested in us as strict prosecutors of the law, and executors of sentences, much like harsh winter frosts and blazing summer days. To wear it is to identify oneself as a prosecutor, but I have no interest in doing so.
Get over yourself. Each
prosecutor's badge is engraved with the number of its owner on the back. Numbers. As if we're not human on the inside like everyone else.
Okay, I think that's the same dialogue he had last time. The Kingdom of Alabas still produces the very luxurious Kodopian paper, which is renowned for its extremely high quality. The Republic of Babal is the sole producer of Babalese ink, which is made from wood crystal. It is also known to generously offer coupons. Okay. God, his handwriting sucks. The W's and the M's look the same. I forgot about that. Okay, and this is just that. I love the detail of like the gold border on it kind of melting. Oh, guess what time it is, guys? I spilled some water. Okay. Okay, I talked to them already. Okay, we're observing things, right. Hey, it's another butterfly.
I believe it is the symbol of the Republic of Babal. A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism.
Well, I've got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country.
You may want to, Detective. However, I have yet to see the fruits. Oh, you may want to, Detective. However, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire.
You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir. Why do I think it's such a good game? Art style is timeless. Music is one of the best gaming soundtracks of all time. Period. Easy. Really fun open world. A ton to dig into. It's fun to 100%. The combat can be either really easy if you want it to be, or really challenging if you want to make it that way. You play as a dog and you can pee and poop. The characters are really fun. The story is very inspirational, even though it's very it's very cheesy, but it's so inspirational to me. It's a celebration of nature. It's a celebration of Japan that I love. Even though it's a story that takes place hundreds and hundreds of years ago, it still feels very much like Japan. Like, it's very great in that way. Yeah, there's very few things that I dislike about it. Yeah, I mean, it's great. And you learn, like, even after 100%ing it, like, I still want to play it again. You know what I mean?
So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it.
Manny Cocham. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cocham was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire? What in the world happened inside this room? I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Knife.
Is this knife the murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound.
I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife.
This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing practically screams artsy at me, too. Although, it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing that I said was artsy.
But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it. Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
You still made a dog protagonist who pees and poops. The other reasons seem interesting to look into. Yeah, it's awesome. You have to pay to learn how to do it, but it's fun. It's worth it. Being able to take a dookie in a video game. Nothing over here.
Manny Cochran. I've seen him before. He was the suspect in the KG-8 incident. And I saw him talking with the elder sister of the victim of that case, Ms. Callisto Yu. I wonder if there is a connection between his murder and the KG-8 incident.
Okay, well, let's do... I want to see this.
There appears to be something in his pocket. Oh! This key! It can't be. Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago?
What? But that's...
Huh? 7 years ago? You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yes. It's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago, which was then stolen by Callisto Yu. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir? I thought he was killed with a knife.
Scruffy! At the very least, try to remember the details of the crimes you were a suspect in.
Francisca, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Ms. Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence.
God, I really love the Yatagarasu's theme. Paying a high price. Yeah, a little bit. Peeing, it's not so bad. Learning to poop, though. It's a little... You have to save up.
I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge.
Oh, I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir.
I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is...
The button. Click.
Whoa! Wow, that's amazing, sir.
It's like some kind of magic trick.
I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Ms. Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern on the blade.
I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines, crisscrossing down the blade.
Vines, sirs? I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me.
Huh?
It's one of those six-sided stars, just like in the police mark on our IDs.
I really don't think you can call these stars.
Okay.
To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is, why was the Babalese embassy's secret secretariat holding this?
While we don't know how Mr. Kochan came to possess this key, we do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kodopian embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down in his organizer.
I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Kodopia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Palladino about what he knows? Supposedly he was a candidate to be the next Kodopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have.
It's a knife wound.
It's obvious what he was killed with, but I wonder if it's consistent with the wound. Indeed.
Alright, that's it. Anything else? Is this water? Oh yeah, because the sprinkler system. Doy. He's got soot and stuff on him. I think that's everything that I can observe. Right? Okay, I already checked this. Okay, there we go. Can I look at this desk? No? Ooh, chimney. That's some fireplace. You know, it really gives this place a mansion-like quality, don't you think, sir? Oh, if these are a staple in every Babalese house, then I bet Santa Claus pays them a visit, too.
Just how old are you again, detective?
Let him have whimsy. Where's your whimsy, Edgeworth? It died in that elevator. Never mind. That was mean. There was no wind up to that punch whatsoever. I just dug in. What was that? What was that? Oh my god. It's been a day. I had a very, very vivid dream again. It's gotta stop. I need a dreamless sleep so bad. I need a deep dreamless sleep so bad. Or a dream that's very benign and not worth remembering.
A small personal safe.
Let me in.
This was Mr. Kochan's office, so perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
That was messed up. Violation. Yeah.
Ah, of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key.
A key. Key. Alright. Let me logic. Let me think. Shabba-dabba-bub. Okay. And this... Butterfly. Yay!
The design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles the special Babalese species of butterfly.
Butterfly. Why'd I say it like that?
Butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus, it says right here.
This knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room.
Maybe? Maybe not, though. Okay, yeah. That's fine.
Not exactly a shining example of the perfect line of logic.
That's okay. I just wanted to try.
Hello.
Okay, before we get into the weeds...
This statue resembles that hero, the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing its name to the Steel Samurai statue? It just might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did, right? I'm not sure what to think. I thought that thing was a national treasure.
He likes the Steel Samurai more.
Oh dear. If people were to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet, as would our revenues. It'd be a disaster. What are we going to do? He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up.
Not bad. Okay. Okay, Pookie.
Ambassador Palaeno, I was wondering if I may ask you about Codopia. Codopia! Alright, what would you like to talk about? First, I'd like to ask you about this key. What about this key? I found it sticking out of Mr. Cochin's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct? Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly.
Palaeno and Edgeworth binging Steel Samurai art win. That's crazy that that hasn't been drawn yet. But I guess the investigation games are probably the least played games of the series. So, maybe not too crazy.
That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife. Oh! How fascinating! Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? In its knife form, there's a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be a part of Codopia.
Hold it!
And how did you come to that conclusion? It has both of Codopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Codopia.
Ambassador Palaeno, this key was stolen from the Codopian embassy 7 years ago by Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the Great Thief Yatagarasu.
Oh, really? You were not aware that Ms. Yu had broken into this embassy at that time? I'm sorry I can't be of much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal became its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then. Mr. Cochin and Ms. Yu knew each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present.
Well, maybe it was his to begin with, and then the Yatagarasu... Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to do this. Took it. True, but it has potential for a fun fanfic or art. Yeah, that would be really fun. I feel like there should be a fun watch party with all the fans within the game. Like, someone write a fanfic of that.
We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim, Mr. Cochin's pocket. Which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office. Good thinking, sir. Let's go try it out. It appears I was correct. That key that was left to us in the victim's pocket. It literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth.
Let me in.
What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside. Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with the everything, sir?
Oh my god. This burp is stuck. IBS sucks.
No, detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
At least we've moved into burping and not, like, farting uncontrollably. Everyone wanted to know that. It looks like such a serious safe, but there's not a scrap of paper inside. Yes, there is. Which reminds me, the safe in your office is just as empty. Huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's merely a coincidence that both safes are empty, detective.
Well, make that triple coincidence, because my piggy bank at home is empty too.
I don't think there's anything coincidental about that, detective.
He needs a financial advisor. Someone who will work his finances for him for free. Gumshoe, I mean. Not Edgeworth.
What is this here?
It looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir.
No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe.
Hey, you were right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen a paper stuck on the inside of a safe before.
Hold it!
Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that the secret to this safe is that
There's 2 compartments.
even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'd say that there is an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment.
And what good safe doesn't? And if I say what good safe doesn't, will you believe me?
What?
I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment.
Oh, hey, groovy antagonist. I like to think this is part of the reason Edgeworth gets glasses in later installments. Like, the paper is right there. The safe is not paperless. Yeah, well, Edgeworth isn't the one who said that. It was Gumshoe. But there's a couple of moments in these investigation games that definitely do hint at, like, his eyesight may not be that great right now. Which is really funny. Haha. Get glasses, bitch. Mwah. Sorry.
Did I read this? However, if what you say is correct and there's a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to its den?
Also, groovy antagonist, I hope you've been well. What Zara said.
As you can see, there is no other lock or keyhole in sight.
There's holes.
Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on the safe.
Well, there's 2. But...
Oh?
Yes. Yes.
Sorry.
And I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock.
The safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer.
Okay. Let me look at my evidence. Nope. Sorry. Hit the wrong button. I've been playing other games. I lied. Okay. Been playing Persona just fucking strikers. Okay. I wonder if it's one of these 2 into here, but I don't know which one. I'm gonna guess it's the Yatagarasu key still. And if it's not, it's definitely the knife. Okay, bet.
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Francisca?
Fleur-de-lis. This shape? It does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
Hold it!
Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cochin, made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something.
And the 2 dots on the bottom, the indentations on the bottom, those are the lock mechanism for the front, for sure. If that's the correct, keyhole.
Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obvious like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out?
You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe?
That's precisely what I'm saying. And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it.
The Yatagarasu's key? Miles Edgeworth, this had better be a very bad joke.
Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of the safe.
We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe. But the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key.
Well, this can make more than one shape, girly pop.
We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it we were able to corner Ms. Yu. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time?
Tashikani.
Let's go over this again, shall we? The Atagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Kochin's safe in the Kodopian embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now let's take a look at the back end of the key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see?
Looks like fleur de lis. Ah. What are you talking? Ah!
It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole. The real function of the knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe.
But that's preposterous!
Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance.
Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open that safe!
Yeah! Yes, sir. Opening it now, sir. Ooh.
These items. They're...
Sorry. That was me sucking back the mucus into my throat. It's a bunch of funny shaped things. I guess they're pieces of art. Sir!
You're in the way! Now move, Scruffy!
I didn't think I was in the way.
These pieces of art! They're identical to the ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world.
I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required.
Damn, this dragon orb thing is pretty sick.
These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth.
I wonder how much they're worth. Especially this one.
Ugh! Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why? Do you have any idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break?
Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now?
It looks like a... Ah, shit. What's the name of the... Is it marmot? What are the fucking... They're like weasels, but cuter. And they're vicious as hell, but they're super cute. And they're usually white. And Xiedian is often drawn as one. What are they called? That's what this is. This animal down here, I think. It's what it looks like, at least. That plate do be looking majestic along with the rest. Yeah, the plate is cool, but I really like this dragon orb.
This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about.
Beats me, sir.
Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, detective?
Oh.
Mr. Kochin's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is.
Not a ferret. They're really similar to ferrets, though. They're bigger than a ferret. They're wild. God, I can't remember. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to look it up. Animal similar to ferret, but wild minus AI. It starts with an S. A stoat! I think it's a stoat. Didn't it kind of look like a stoat? Lemur! Lemurs are awesome, but that's not what I'm talking about. Yeah, stoats are really, really cute, but they're vicious as hell. Xielian is drawn as a stoat. Xielian is drawn as a stoat. Stoats look like ferrets, because they're like wild ferrets, basically. But he's drawn as a stoat, because stoats look very harmless, but they're very vicious, and that's why he's drawn as a stoat. Anyway. Okay. Yeah. Doesn't it look like a little stoat? It's cute.
It appears that we found the key that the Yatagarasu, no, Ms. Yu stole 7 years ago.
Since it was originally from this embassy, maybe she came back to return it?
I don't think she's the type to be so kind as to do such a thing, Detective.
Maybe Manny stole it back.
Okay, then what do you think, sir? Callisto Yu, for what reason did she steal that key?
I don't know. Stoat's giving me the look that look like they're about to jump me. Yeah, they're like really cute, right? But they're also like, they have a threatening aura.
To build this sort of trick into one safe is really something.
Yeah, it's neat how this safe has 2 compartments, but what's really impressive is that at the other end of the key was another key. Totally hadn't noticed.
I wonder if Mr. Cochin was just paranoid or if he had secrets of that great a value.
Speaking of paranoid, I once sharpened both ends of my pencil. But then, when I went to erase something, I got all paranoid that I was going to stab myself.
Please refrain from dispensing your special brand of unrelated stories while on duty.
Yes, sir. There must be confusion in the fandom then, because I've seen so many arts tagged as Ferret Chalian. Yeah, they probably just don't know what a stoat is. Oh, oops, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, I mean, I can see why that would be confusing for people who don't know what a stoat is, but the person who does like the interior illustrations or whatever, I think, or somebody who's like got an official say has talked about it, because Hualien are a fox and a stoat. And Bing Qiu is a dog and a cat. And then the Wang Xian, they're rabbits. Or a dragon and a rabbit. Anyway. Okay, there's nothing else here. So, she gave it away earlier.
To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal is in this very room?
Dirty secret.
Francisca, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation.
I think I just might need to ask Francisca about her smuggling case in more depth.
All right.
Francisca, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that?
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
This accounting document.
It's only 1 page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about all the details. Oh, but we just saw 1 and 3. However, it's enough for us to grab on to the tail of the beast. For you see, this type of paper was made only in the Principality of Cordopia, which means that somewhere in the countries of Alabast and Babal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind this entire smuggling ring.
That's Aunt Francisca for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has.
Aww. Say that out loud to her. She needs to hear praise from someone. She needs to hear real praise from someone, dude. That's your sister. That's your sister from another mister. Alright, well, you're gonna love this, girly pop.
We were able to finally obtain this proof of the smuggling operation through Interpol. So remember to take extra care when handling it, my subordinate.
She's enjoying the power trip of calling me her subordinate just a tad too much.
That's funny. Oh, okay, can I not? Do I need to, like, go deduce? Okay, yeah. Deduce. Alright. We couldn't deduce before because I hadn't done that logic yet. My bee.
Take a good look at these documents, Francisca.
It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Yeah, sister from another mister. Brother from another mother. Sib from another crib. I know. I don't know if people say Sib from another crib, but my friend and I do. I made it up. I had never heard it before, but we needed something non-binary.
Correct. Now take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Well, well. It certainly looks that way.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for.
Sorry, I'm just gonna save because I realized I haven't this whole fucking time. Okay, calm down, lyrical prodigy. Hey, I used to write songs, okay? I don't anymore. I don't have time. But no, it was one of those things that I was like, it's really funny. Actually, okay, slight break from voice acting to just like talk about this. My friend's mom was reading okay, so like a while ago, I started saying wireman because I'm a man-hating lesbian. So my best friend picked it up because of course they did. We still talk all the time, but like we talk all the time and I would say it all the time. Wireman. Hey, wireman. I literally said that to Nim today. Hey, wireman. So, I still say it, like not as often as I used to, but I still say it. I feel like I just said it to a coworker like a couple of days ago. Anyway, so my best friend's mom picked it up from my best friend, thinking that they made it up. And then they were reading a book, and that was a dialogue. And she was like, oh my god, they picked up our thing. And my bestie was like, actually, I have a confession to make. It's Cat's thing that I picked up. They copied Cat. And I was like, dude, that's so funny. That like it's so fun when something linguistically goes through so many layers. Like I don't know. Like, that's not my thing. That's Megan. But it's not Megan's thing. It's from fucking Hotel Transylvania. Things like that, right? And then last night, Nev and I were talking about hello. It's like this person who's no longer my friend, their grandpa and my house said that. And then they started saying it. And then I started saying it. And now I've got Megan saying hello in my house. Because I say it so much. It's really cool. And yes, I did used to write songs. I don't anymore. I don't have time. But I'm still very interested in like music theory. I just don't have the brain space. I do so many things. I think if my job, I like my job, don't get me wrong, but if my job was not so information heavy, I might be able to make brain space for it again. But I haven't played my piano since I started this job, except for one time. What is this rabbit hole you're subjecting me to? Linguistics. That's what I do. Not really for my job, but that's what I do. Anyway.
And it seems that you have now found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this it has become crystal clear. that Mr. Cochin himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Babalis Inc.
Okay, sorry.
Babalis Inc.
Babalis Inc. is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
Hold it!
And that reason is?
That's classified. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cochin.
His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
Ugh, but it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Learn something new about a person every day.
And that's what's cool about being human.
Well, even if he is dead, we have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested.
Francisca, you must know that Manny Cochin was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know. On top of being the head of the smuggling ring, there is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved.
Nice. Heal me, Seymour.
Are you done investigating? You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be. Now come along quietly, Yatagarasu. Kay Faraday.
So I'm just saving again.
You are under arrest from the murder of Manny Cochin.
Mr. Edgeworth!
Please, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here. And he was already... You have the right to remain silent. Anything you can and anything you say will can and be... English is hard. And now I'm stuck in the Francisco voice. Doichi. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
Hold it!
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
I believe I told you that Kay Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are.
Okay, work.
Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babalis embassy tonight. Utilizing the confession caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into this embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
We only have one life, so why not try to play that piano again? But that's me, if a bit childish. No, I mean, I want to. What I need to do, is clean. I think if I take the time on a day to clean, it will feel like, okay, fresh slate, I can do things again. I need to do that. But I haven't in a while. And it catches up very quick. Even if I do a little bit, it catches up to itself very quickly. Because time flies. Like, I cleaned the toilet last week, and then now I'm already like, fuck, it needs to be cleaned again. Fuck. And I'm like, is it really? Has that much time really passed? And it's like, yes, it's already been a week. Anyway.
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu.
Ugh, look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu.
Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Very well. Then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cochin.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
Okay, bet.
Hold it!
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us.
Of course, I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Babalese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl.
Cleaning is so Sisyphean. It is, but usually, like, okay. It's just my weekends have been busy, is the thing. Because usually I would take a weekend, or I would take, like, Sunday, right? And I would get up, like, here's my weekend usually, right? Before I was super busy. Saturday, I wake up 7. I eat breakfast, I go to the grocery store. I know it's early, but hear me out. It's the best time to go. It takes the least amount of time. The earlier I go. I come home. I take shower. I do my Japanese practice. And then and then it's Danny and Megan's stream. Okay, that's 4.5 hours, right? Hour and a half, it's my stream. So that I use that to like check social media and decompress, because my intention is always to be doing something while Danny and Megan are streaming, but I don't feel that I can sometimes because the chat is so active now that I'm like, I don't want anybody to spoil things. I'll feel less, when we get to the Great Ace Attorney, I'll feel less compelled to watch the chat closely because they won't be spoiled by anything. But I do not want them to get spoilers for this game that they're on now. And sometimes the chat gets too excited. I love them. Most of them. But sometimes they get too excited. Okay, so then I stream, and then it's the end of the night. I read my little book, my fan fiction, whatever, and then I go to sleep. Okay? Next morning, I wake up at 7. And then, that was usually when I would clean and shower, and then I get on call with my friend. And that's my morning / early afternoon. And then it would like go from there, right? But now, sometimes I have things going on Saturday. Like tomorrow, I will go to the grocery store, but then I have to come back and get ready for brunch. And then I'm going to brunch. And then I'm coming into Danny and Megan's stream late. And then their stream. And then I stream. And then I don't, like, and sometimes I'm just tired. Sometimes, like, I'm exhausted from whatever went on that week, or I did stuff, previously that week that was, like, just really social, right? And then, like, so then this weekend, okay, so then Sunday in the morning around, like, probably 10, 11, Megan will come over, and then we'll hang out for a while, and then I'm going to dinner with someone on Sunday night. And then that's it. That's the weekend, right? And so it's like, I don't have the brain power to do all the things unless I'm really well rested. And lately I haven't been. So running on fumes lately. I will say though, looking at my schedule, next weekend will be chill. So I should be able to clean and have a normal ass weekend to chill. And the 11th is Mother's Day. Ew. And then I have a 3-day weekend after that, because we have a Victoria Day here. But then like the 13th and the 20th, I like work late that night. And the 26th because we have events. So, sucks to suck. Anyway.
Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl.
No!
In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight.
Time flies. It's truly scary.
The confusion caused by the fire. Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire?
A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire.
Cue Billy Joel.
It sounds like we have a phantom in our
Is that a Dual Destinies reference? Or is it a Persona 5 reference?
It sounds like we have a phantom in our amidst. You'll never see it coming. Yeah. In a way, he could be considered a phantom with the way he randomly appears.
Hold it!
Just because she calls herself that doesn't prove that she is a killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret.
It's both Catherine Trust. True.
Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Kochan for the key.
I see. Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of Agent Long's secretary. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need.
I already forgot what she said. Also Phantom of the Opera. Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, how did you know? Fascinating.
Hold it!
So you're claiming that Kay knew that a foreign country's embassy had such documents?
As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret, which means that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents.
You have it all wrong. It was the fake that sent that card.
Your words are meaningless. If you are truly innocent, then let's see some proof.
Okay, I'm doing her voice. We watched a Star Kid musical the other night. I forget what it was called, but it's the one where they're bugs. It's the bugs and then like the Starship Ranger, something like that. Anyway, there's one part where like the little baby bug pops out of like the human body that it's been feeding on as a larva, and it goes meow. And I can't stop thinking about it. And there's been a couple lines. There's like, I'm starting to write down any of the quotes that I like in Star Kid musicals because they're so funny. But one of them was "Que pasa, you piece of shit?" And I was like, I'm gonna start saying that. And then there was one that I was like, this is a catchy, because it was like, quiet skank, you do not know me. Ah, gee.
If you are truly innocent, then let's see some proof.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this.
Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh?
You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the facts I've already outlined. Meow. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Kochan for the key.
How did you know it was the key? How did you know?
Hold it!
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default.
No, but if you saw the self-purported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself?
Quiet skank, you don't know me reminds me of hands off me, you filthy casual. What is that from? I've seen that quote around, but I don't know what it's from. Quiet skank, you do not know me reminds me of Bug Snacks, where Filbo is like, he's like, yeah, we're all friends, and then I forget his name, but he goes, we are not friends. I'm always bringing up that fucking game and that fucking quote.
Even so, I'd still listen to what that person had to say before I passed judgment.
Ha! Are you talking about yourself and those times when you were under suspicion?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience.
Youch. I personally know that feeling really well, sir. And given my situation, I now know exactly what it's like too.
I'm fine with never experiencing it. Ever. Are you done with your little group conference?
So Agent Shina suspects Kei of murder simply because Kei is the Yatagarasu. But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to murder, then I may be able to begin to reason with her.
Alright. So the issue here is Furthermore, she wanted to steal the documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cochran for the key. But not necessary. Like, Okay, I was like, I think it has to be this. It's from a silent voice, but the text is, oh, okay. It's like a manga panel or something that someone edited. Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Agent Sina, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh?
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cochran's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents.
Yeah, that too.
By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when we looked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Hold it. Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cochran had the key on him.
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Hold it. Need. Reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in. Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key.
Ugh.
But the fact still remains that Mr. Cochran was stabbed to death.
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars.
But yeah, anyway, there's a robot character named Mega Girl in that musical, and that's kind of the voice I've ended up giving Sina. Except I'm not giving her the Russian accent because she's not Russian.
The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is part of a special 3-piece set, which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument.
That is your definitive evidence?
You see now that she is definitely the killer, right?
No! Mr. Edgeworth, you've got to believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear! And you came in here because you were chasing the suspicious person?
That's right!
I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then...
Ah! Who's there? This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl's scream, and when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon?
I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's prints on it.
But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me!
Hold it. You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, where did they go?
That... I don't know. But I know they came in here!
That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
Ugh. She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence. Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't. Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Hold it. Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry. I can and I will.
False confidence.
Hello?
think we're almost to be continued, so I'm gonna keep going. This is later than I usually go for Ace Attorney, but we're almost to those to be continued, and I think my voice can hold out. Okay.
Hold it.
Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We have confirmed that the shape of the Babbly's knife matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics teams with your own.
Objection.
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear, I hardly say that your logic is sound, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please, by all means, go ahead.
That has been my intention all along. Now let us return to our testimony.
Hold it.
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard that girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there, motionless with a knife in her hands.
But I already told you! I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room. But when I entered, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned the light on the lights, and then...
You found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet.
How many times do I have to tell you? We can't trust the words of a suspect.
The only thing you'll accept is evidence, is it?
That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of the Interpol on the scene of a crime.
Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent?
I think I do. Because there was one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again.
Okay. Seems to obtain the...
Hold it.
I ask that you please refrain from speculation.
It's a sound hypothesis derived from the evidence. There's no room for debate.
Ah!
Hold it. Oh, hold it! Miles Edgeworth, know that an ungraceful loss would not be tolerated, my subordinate. Now rebut her hypothesis with factual logic.
Otherwise, what was your investigation for?
Yes, you are correct. Thank you.
Helping a subordinate out with advice is the job of any good superior.
She seems to be rather enjoying herself. But she is correct, nonetheless.
Come here, fly. Nah, I still got it, huh?
Agent Shina, please continue with your testimony.
Hold it.
About the three-piece set, is there really no other like it?
Let's ask Ambassador Palaino for more details, shall we?
The knives are indeed special. They have the butterfly, the symbol of the Republic of Babal, engraved on them. And because there are only 3 of them in the world, they are very, very valuable.
The national symbol, huh? Well, the knives are covered in the butterfly design.
Along with the Alabastrian set, our respective countries only have 3 knives each.
I see.
Are you satisfied now?
Oh, I accidentally made her Francisca's voice.
Are you satisfied now? If so, let's continue.
Hold it.
No, I believe there is still room for debate, and I'll thank you not to decide that for me.
I didn't decide anything for you. I'm merely looking at the reality the way it is.
Objection.
Are you sure you're not just viewing the facts through rose-colored glasses?
That's funny. Mr. Edgeworth, I think she's mad at you.
Perhaps. But our definitions of reality are a tad different.
Are the 2 of you done chatter?
Are you ladies done chattering?
Agent Shina's proof is the Babbly's knife that Kay was allegedly holding.
Yeah, so, how are you going to prove that Kay didn't do it, sir?
If Agent Shina wants to suspect Kay merely because Kay was the only one here, then I must show with evidence that Kay couldn't have committed the murder.
But do you have such evidence, sir?
Yes, there was one piece of evidence that seems very unnatural to me. And I believe it is my duty to point that out to Agent Shina.
It's hard to do Chinese name with low voice. Okay. Need to look.
So this is what took Mr. Cochin's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade.
Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already. I've seen a lot of weapons in my days, but knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear.
Yes, unlike guns, this is the one weapon where you are likely to find the victim's blood on it.
Yeah, just like how this one is practically drenched in it, huh, sir?
Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow.
Interesting. Handle.
There is a lot of skilled detailing on this handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable.
I guess so people can change them whenever they feel like it. Sounds fun, sir.
I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, detective.
Alright. Yeah, so this can come off. So the crime may not have happened here. Alright. Oops. Okay, I don't know which of these statements is better. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the... I think it might be this. No, okay.
Even you can't talk your way out of this contradiction this piece of evidence points out.
I guess not.
I knew it.
Because I don't need to talk my way out of it.
But it's...
I don't like to waste time delving into subjects that don't warrant a response.
It would appear that I was mistaken.
It's okay.
It's okay.
No. Okay.
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it? But is that really the truth?
What are you getting at?
I'd like for you to take a look at this.
I feel like we haven't heard this song in a little bit.
There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to the blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real murder weapon?
This knife can be taken apart. Shall we give it a go?
Click.
As you can see, the Babalese knife has now been disassembled into 2 parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Cochin was killed with the butterfly-themed knife. This should clear up any and all suspicions surrounding Kay.
Nice.
Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Hold it!
Don't be ridiculous! For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself.
With the way you dress, you're not normal.
I know better. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not, and could not have been, Mr. Cochin's killer.
There is a flower on it.
What is this mark on here?
It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means.
No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this.
This.
Take that!
Sheena's the farthest thing from normal. For real.
You can't be serious.
It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right. The Kingdom of Alabast. In other words, this blade is from one of the Alabast ornamental knives.
Ah!
This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol on the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babalese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle.
Well,
incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena?
after the fire had broken out?
That's right. Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Alabastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the two countries during the fire. Which means that Kay could not have transported an Alabastian object over here. This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Woo! Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. What a great victory. Huh? Hey, why is everyone so quiet?
I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name. But what worries me now is what will happen next.
What is the meaning of this? An Alabastian knife here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around. Thinking while you're on the run? Now that's a way a real great thief operates.
Kay?
Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth. For proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really, but...
Come on, you don't have to be shy about it.
Hold it. Your argument is still not airtight.
Would you care to elaborate?
I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu.
That again? Look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like that fake one that goes around setting fires, okay?
Whether you're the real deal or a fake, it doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is the most elegant proof.
Miss Sina!
Yes?
I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said. I am the great thief, Yatagarasu. And I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards. I will walk it the best I can.
It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that.
Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Shina. Let me share something with you, too, as a token of my appreciation. Those sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll steal them from you next time, okay? Get her ass. Well, I guess we better get going.
Going? To where?
To the Kingdom of Alabast. If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right?
I suppose not.
We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking.
To see where the Alabastian knife came from, we'll have to pay the Alabastian embassy a visit.
Let's go, Miles Edgeworth. As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt.
Understood.
Hell yeah. Good. That was, my voice was going. Yeah, I really like the, oh, hello. I really like the beginning parts. Like the first half of this case is great. Or maybe even first 2/3. But anyway, okay. That's it. Tomorrow, assuming I don't completely lose my voice by tomorrow night, the Somnium Files, we should be finishing the Iris route, which is exciting. And then next Friday, more of this game. Okay. I need to be done. 最後に話したいことがある. June. Next month.
カレンダー見るけど、カレンダーそうだよね。確かに。
The 4th and the 5th of July. I may not stream at all. And in June, some streams may get replaced with Japanese only. 頑張ってできる限り日本語だけでしか話さないように努力して頑張ります。As for why, I'm taking the JLPT on July 6th. And I want to get as much practice in as I can before the test. And I want to try. So maybe it'll be like GeoGuessr, or we play a game in Japanese, a short game in Japanese or something. I don't know. なんとかなる。Yeah. So, anyway, I'll remind everybody when it gets closer to time. But I just thought of that today. Anyway, you know the drill. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Please wear a mask out there. It'll help with the allergies, I promise. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you when I see you. Bye.